Imagine. New kinds of universities. Universities where you can learn, teach, research and cooperate like never before. Imagine a pioneering vision. A vision shared by groups of universities from all over Europe. Driving innovative ways of learning and inspiring cutting-edge research. This is happening right here, right now. Over 100 higher education institutions from all over Europe are coming together to form European universities. A unique opportunity for you to design your own curriculum. Across disciplines, borders, cultures and languages. And build the specific skills you will need for your future. Imagine students, teachers, researchers, companies and cities working together to tackle society's greatest challenges.
Welcome to AMU.
Transforming higher education in Europe.
Here today.
These are the universities of the future. These are European universities.
To our Deputy Rector,
Now,
Professor
just
Rafał
imagine
Witkowski,
being a part of
and we
it.
welcome you again very warmly. Thank you.
Funded by Erasmus+.
Hello, good morning, everyone. On the behalf of the Adam Mickiewicz University, I would like to welcome you at the first students' meeting of the EPICUR Alliance. It is our great pleasure and honor to host this meeting today. As you know very well, we intended to organize this meeting in the slightly different way. Originally, we intended to organize 2 days seminar here in Poznań. We intended to organize this seminar together with the Novatrice, and now I would like to thank you to all our friends from Novatrice for your initial support and help in original planning of this meeting. Unfortunately, the COVID-19 crisis forced us to do it in a slightly different way. So instead of 2 days meetings in person, we decided to limit the meeting only to a few hours. We did it with a great regret because one of the initial ideas that was behind initiating the meeting was the fact that we wanted very much to introduce the students of the EPICUR Alliance to the life of the Adam Mickiewicz University and to the life in Poznań. For very many of you, what is for us here in Poznań an everyday life is something unknown. Therefore, we wanted simply not only to talk about very important issues for the EPICUR Alliance, but also to introduce you to life in Poznań, to life at the Adam Mickiewicz University, in order to attract you and to encourage you to come to study and to stay with us. Unfortunately, COVID-19 forced us to change the initial plans. So we have only a few hours to talk. And when we here internally discussed what may be the reason and what may be the main topic of our debates, we decided that we should be focused only a very principal idea that was behind our thoughts to organize the meeting. And of course, we wanted to do something for students. First of all, something for the students, only for the students. Therefore, we first wish to give a floor to students' representatives from EPICUR universities and ask you to present life of the students' organizations and the students' activity at the EPICUR universities. because in our ideas, in our thoughts, in our minds, it is something absolutely crucial that not only the researchers, not only the administration, not only the rectors and presidents should discuss about the very basic and very principal issues of the EPICUR Alliance, but also the students should do it. This is not our intention to finish the debates about the students, but our intention is simply to initiate or to continue and to give the floor to the students. So today, the students are the most important for EPICUR. For some, in some way, this is also the very important day for our alliance, because for the first time, the students are the center, not the high rank representatives. And because our time is limited, according to the experts, we know quite well that after 3 months which we spent in online teaching, we know quite well how many hours a human being can effectively spend with computers. We decided to organize this meeting maximum in 3-4 hours time period, no more. And would like to give a floor to representatives of single university to present briefly the students' life at each of the EPICUR universities. Then I would like to give a floor to 3 professors from Adam Mickiewicz University who will prepare courses for the EPICUR students. We would like to attract you to come and to take part in these courses. So at the very end, you will be able to listen to 3 experts, brilliant professors who intended to prepare special courses for the EPICUR students. One of this course on the multilingualism is already accepted, so the other ones are in the stage of the preparations. So after more or less 3 hours, I believe that we will conclude the meeting. And as a summary, we wish to point out and to indicate the most important issues for the students and the most important ways to organize and to initiate this kind of meetings in the future. We simply would like to know what is the most important element of students' life at the single university. After this meeting, we would like to prepare a report, and we will distribute this report to all participants and also to the representatives of the university administration. And I'm absolutely convinced that at the next meetings of the steering committee or students board, we will discuss the next steps and the next ways or forms in which students can be involved in the EPICUR Alliance. This is for us extremely important to indicate the most important aspects of the student's life, because if we want to succeed with the EPICUR project, we must first listen to students, and we must know in which way we can effectively and in which way, in efficient way, we can provide you the best education possible. We talk about very large group. If we count all EPICUR students, it's altogether more than 300,000 people. Of course, it's very difficult to organize education for such a gigantic group. Therefore, we have to be focused on the specific topics. We have to be focused on the specific issues. Only in that way we can achieve something. We know very well that our universities are very, very different, very different in size, very different with respect to their history, very different if we talk about the form of the internal organization of the EPICUR universities. But we strongly believe that we will be able to find a common space and a common ground for all 8 EPICUR universities. Our experiences in last year are quite strong and quite convincing that we can effectively do it. And what is for us the most important moment at today is simply to give the floor to students and to listen to you. I'm sure that at the end of this meeting, we will know much more about the partner institutions. We will know much more about the needs and the forms of organizations and the forms of activity of the students at all 8 universities. Adam Mickiewicz University, you should know, is one of the most important in the country. We quite often joke that there is the biggest university in Poland. The university is located in Warsaw, the capital of my country. And naturally, because the university is located in the capital of the country, it is the biggest one. The other one, very important, is the university in Kraków in the southern Poland, which is the oldest one, and in fact, this is one of the oldest European universities. It was established in the 14th century and exists till now. This is one of the oldest, certainly one of the oldest universities in Central Europe, and one of the oldest in Europe itself. But besides the biggest one and the oldest one, there's also the best university in Poland, and we strongly believe that Poznań is the best. This is, of course, a story which is quite often repeated here in Poznań, and not only here in Poznań, but there is something behind this story. It's not only a joke, it's not only a wish. To a certain degree, it is the truth. Because last year, Poznań University received the status of the research institution. There are only 10 institutions in Poland which were granted with the status of the research university, what simply means for us that Poznań every year in the upcoming decade will receive a significant amount of money to develop certain fields of activity, not only research itself, but also the international cooperation and other forms of the academic life. It gives us a certain confidence that if we want to organize something, we are financially supported and secured. Of course, as every institution, we wish to receive more money, but the amount which we already received is quite significant. COVID-19 stopped us from organizing the meetings in person, organizing the workshops, seminars, but I'm absolutely sure that maybe in the upcoming summer, we will already return to the previous forms of activity. We are the only Slavic country within our EPICUR alliance, and this is our intention to promote not only Polish, but all other Slavic nations. We certainly would like to spend time and energy and money to network, to organize any kind of meetings promoting various fields of academic life in the important for the Slavic people, not only in terms of languages, not only in terms of history, culture, but basically everything what regards the Slavic culture. We also would like to prepare the other forms of activity in the future regarding the joint study programs. But this is something what certainly will be done. Poznań is also a very young city, very vivid city. We wanted to show you how Poznań is located. We wanted to show you how Poznań looks like. Today is very nice sunny weather, and this is a typical weather for this season in Poland. Every fifth person in the city is a student, or was a student who finished or graduated from the university last year. So this is a very vibrant, very modern, very young city. It gives us a lot of time and a lot of energy and power to plan any kind of activity. Poznań is very specific and very unique if we talk about also social and economic life in Poland, because lots of Western companies invested money in the city. The unemployment rate, even in the time of the crisis created by COVID-19, it's still under 2%. So basically, some social problems which one can face in other cities or regions in Poland, also in Europe, do not affect us, with an unemployment counted in the district, in the city of Poznań, at the level of 2%. This is basically not a social problem. Therefore, the students who come to our city, they can quite easily find not only a place to study, but also a place to work and a place to live. I do hope that when the COVID-19 will be less effective on our life, and when we all return to our previous forms of activity, we certainly would like to organize another meeting in Poznań in person, and to invite you once again to the University of Adam Mickiewicz and to the city of Poznań. We certainly do not reject the idea to show you live at the Adam Mickiewicz University. We only postponed what was our deep intention. So now I would like to thank you to all people who helped me to organize this meeting, people from Novatris and from all EPICUR universities who supported us in one way or another. I also like to thank to my internal team here in Poznań, and I wish you all the best for the entire day. And I do hope that you will be able to experience the hospitality of the Polish people here in Poznań as soon as possible. Thank you for your attention. Caroline, I give a voice to you. Back.
Thank you very much. Now we will have the presentation of the first university, that is presentation of Strasbourg University. You're very welcome, and let's hear from you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Rafał, for your introduction, and thank you, Carolina, also for having us. Here at Université de Strasbourg, we are very pleased to participate in this student conference. And first of all, now our students will introduce themselves and also present you a bit student involvement from a Strasbourg perspective. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Matty. So hello to all of our friends abroad and greetings from Strasbourg. So we're one of the biggest universities in France here. We have over 50,000 students, 20% of whom are international students coming from abroad. But only 5% of our students participate in Erasmus. So we have a lot of people coming in from abroad to study here, but not as many of our students are willing to go out. So that is something we are really working on now, to try and encourage our students to go out into the world a bit more. We have over 5,000 staff spread across 37 departments. So we really have a wide variety of disciplines covered, everything from astrophysics to philosophy, and a wide variety of courses on offer. We are located in, as you can guess, Strasbourg, which is a very international city, of course. It's part of France now, of course, but historically it had a very independent life, had a very independent status. And you can still see that now. A very practical example is that we are the only public university in France to have a theology department, because Strasbourg wasn't part of France when those secular laws were introduced. So that's actually what brought me here. It's also a very European city, as you know, of course. We have the European Parliament, the Council of Europe, the European Court of Human Rights. And I think we are the only city with a transnational tram, because one of our tram lines starts in France and ends over the border in Germany. When I came here from Ireland, I thought that was really cool. It's amazing. I've never seen that before. So obviously, because we have a lot of students, we have a lot of student associations. Roughly every department has one at least. And they organize activities for the students in that department, usually things relevant to their field of studies. So, for example, the geology association goes on trips and they look at rocks, while the theology department invites speakers over to debate theological topics and such. They organize a lot of trips too, usually, both here in Strasbourg to museums and cultural places like that. And also abroad to Germany, even like Israel and places. Of course, this year there's not much of that happening because of the coronavirus situation. But we are doing our best to cope with it and find ways around it to involve the students. I'll pass you over to my friend Antoine here for the EPICUR side of things.
Hi, I'm Antoine. So I'm going to talk about a few elements we talked about that might be useful for the end of the seminar. So about students' involvement, there are about 300,000 students in the partner universities and 50,000 in the University of Strasbourg. But I'm not sure many students have heard of the project. So it might be useful to inform much more students because they might be interested in sharing their ideas. So maybe by emails, social networks, but also maybe more informal meetings, like in the evening around a drink. Also, many students might have left the university before the project is fully effective, so it may be harder to motivate them to take part in the project. So many, maybe with a long-term involvement, such as internships, for instance, it could be more attractive to them. And they would feel more concerned about the project if they had clearly defined role. They knew exactly what they had to do and what they could do for the project. Then we talked about what's best between face-to-face courses and online courses, and we could not agree. So we raised a question to which we still have no answer, but it might be useful in the COVID-19 context. It's how to make students feel part of a university if they only have online courses in it. So I'm going to leave you on that question.
Can you hear? Yeah, you should hear me now. Okay, thank you very much, Antoine and Matti. We also had, of course, the presentation was prepared by our students, also Maya and Chloe. And those were basically the insights from the Université de Strasbourg. Thank you for having us, and we're looking forward to the other presentations and to very interesting and fruitful discussions.
Okay, thank you very much, Strasbourg. We had the pleasure to visit your university and see by ourselves the beauty of Strasbourg University and the city. So now we will ask the presentation of Haute-Alsace University.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Hugo, welcome.
Okay, good. I will be doing the presentation with my friend Celia, and I will try and share the PowerPoint. Right there. Virtual beginning. Tack. Oops, not supposed to happen. Never mind. Okay. Just a moment, please. Okay. This is going to be, well, we will start with a little presentation of the university, then talk a little about the student associations and clubs, and then a little about the student involvement in EPICUR. So I'll start by presenting the university. Here are a few landmark dates that you can have a look at. The most important one being 1975, when which was the inauguration of the University of Haute-Alsace, and also 2019 with being part of winning the project European Universities EPICUR. Our university has 5 campuses, 3 in Mulhouse, which is something interesting because we are a university on 2 that is dispatched on 2 different cities. So 3 in Mulhouse, we have the campus Fonderie with the law faculty, history faculty, and so on. Then we have the campus Berg with the humanities, the engineers, the chemistry faculty, the science faculty. And then we have the campus Colline, which is our university, University Technology Institute. Then we have the 2 campuses in Colmar, which are also dispatched on 2 different places. We have marketing and agricultural science faculty and another technical institute. Here are a few numbers about our university. We have a little more than 10,000 students. As you have seen, 4 faculties, some engineering schools, 13 laboratories, 1 doctoral college, 7 doctoral schools, and less than 300 doctoral students. We also have a little less than 600 lecturers, about 500 staff, and about 1,300 part-time lecturers. We also have about 120,000 square meters of built estate. We have 32 hectares of green space, which is a lot considering the size of our university. We have an annual budget of 111 million euros, and of those, 15% are self-generated. We'll now let my colleague speak. Celia, you can go on if you should like.
Hi, thank you. So we just had a quick presentation of our university, but there are many other aspects to talk about. So one major aspect regarding the UHA is that it is a very innovative university. We have new modes of learning and teaching which have been developed through the years, such as UHA 4.0, Disrupt Campus 4.0, ELAN, and our brand new learning center, among others. We also have a strong development of intercultural capability with Novatrice, which is a center for development of cross-border capability. Last but definitely not least, we are the first French university certified under ISO 50001 for management of energy. The UHA also offers 5 major fields of education and training. So we have law, politics and society, management, interculturality, digital technologies and industries of the future, and sciences and sustainability. We offer various educational programs with 37 degrees, including 2 that can be jointly validated with UNISTRA. We have 33 vocational degrees as well as 41 master's degrees, including 7 jointly validated with UNISTRA again, and 1 with URCA. On top of that, we also have 12 university diplomas in technology, 6 engineering diplomas, and 13 university diplomas. Regarding research, the UHA has 352 lecturer researchers, 266 doctoral students from 45 different countries, and of 144 foreign nationalities. There are approximately 1,000 publications a year and 100 major publications per year. Between 2011 and 2018, the UHA received 100 distinctions. We also received 39 prizes and 13 medals, from which 7 were awarded by the CNRS, which is a major national research center in France. 5 researchers from the UHA were selected for membership of the Institut Universitaire de France. Our main research teams are chemistry and functional materials, mobility and interculturality, and we also have transversal themes such as risk. The last point I will now present before letting Hugo finish concerns international engagement. So the UHA is part of several bi- or tri-national education programs. We have 164 partner universities and 93 nationalities are represented in our university. Lastly, in France, our university is ranked number 8 in terms of attractiveness. I will now let Hugo continue on to the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, I will give you a brief overview of the clubs and students associations that we have at the UHA. So just as in Strasbourg, it's mainly associations for the students that are part of a certain program. For example, we have the law students, the history students, and so on. The engineering, we also have some other kind of associations, such as students from the chemistry faculty that actually create their own cosmetics and teach other students how to create them, or associations involved into social and environmental projects. We also have an association for students interested in translation that would like to practice the same way as professionals, or we also have a radio on campus animated by the students. I'll talk quickly about the big student events, I'd say, at the UHA. So we have, for example, the Shipozik, which is a music festival also organized by a student association that gathers up to 1,000 people. Which has been organized every year for the last 15 years, except last year it has to be organized remotely because of the COVID situation. We also have the other kind of big events are maybe not as festive, but still fun. They are mainly sportive events. We have Color Fun, which is a race with where people get powdered colored sprayed on them. It's really fun. And also have a duathlon, which is 2 kilometers by foot and 4 by bike, in teams that we can make up with students and professors, and people can dress up and there's prizes to win. As I said, it's really fun. Regarding student involvement for the present and the future for EPICUR, at the UHA, we're still trying to get more students involved and interested. As Strasbourg said, it's kind of complicated because it should be a long-term involvement because they don't get any benefits right now from getting involved. We're also trying to get, as a way to have EPICUR a little more known, to get students to follow the classes offered by the LAS program, because as of this year, we cannot really follow the LAS program. We can follow some of those classes. And we're also working on the new way and means to better inform the students regarding EPICUR. So yeah, thank you for listening. And I will let the next university take over. One of it.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we will give the floor to the University of Amsterdam.
Okay.
Hello, Amsterdam. Are you here with us?
Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Flora from the University of Amsterdam. I think there may have been some technical problems for my fellow students at the University of Amsterdam. And I don't know if we should wait for them a few more moments and see if they manage to get onto the call.
I believe we're all there. I'm not sure.
Okay, perfect. Then go ahead.
Now coming so she can start the presentation.
Okay, so a few more minutes for the University of Amsterdam, as I can see. So we will be waiting patiently for your presentation.
Okay. Hi guys, good morning. Okay, so I just wanted to give some quick information and background about the University of Amsterdam. We quickly wrote down a couple of numbers about our university to give you an idea of who we are. Can we go to the next slide, please? Or I'm not entirely sure who's controlling it. Okay. Basically, then I'll just name them out loud. Basically, we are students from the University of Amsterdam, which is in the Netherlands. We are with 35,000 students spread out over 7 faculties. where we have 62 bachelors and 73 masters, and about half of these are offered in English. So we pride ourselves on being a bilingual university. I do not know where the PowerPoint is, Rijk. I'm sorry.
Maybe instead of showing your camera, share your screen. Try to share your screen.
Sure.
It will be, then we should see the PowerPoint.
Yes, okay.
I mean, nothing against your face, of course, but I think PowerPoint will be more useful.
Yes, of course. I assumed that the PowerPoint had been sent for showing it, but no, that's a good idea. Rijk, are you able to share the PowerPoint?
Give me a quick second.
Yes. Thank you, Rijk. So, yes. So, yeah, basically pictured here, you see one of the 3 campuses that we have, and they're spread throughout the city center of Amsterdam. Okay, so specifically about why I am here today, that's because I am the chair of the Central Student Council. We are a democratically elected student body. Every year we have elections where all students get to vote on their representatives in the council. And once we are elected, the student council gets to say in most major decisions taken by the university. So the rights we have are given to us by law. Our national law gives a whole list of competences that we have, and we can decide or give advice on. We have a right of consent, which basically means that on some of the topics we get a veto where we can say if we don't like it, it's not going to happen. And besides the rights given by law, we also have a right to give unsolicited advice. So if we don't agree on anything that's going on, we can always ask the university to explain their actions. We regularly have discussions on basically anything from A to Z with the university board, ranging from quality of education to student housing. And especially since Corona started, we've had a lot of questions come up about online lectures, exam, international students, just a lot of uncertainty, basically. And we will then have discussions with the board about all of this. And with our inputs, they will create guidelines for students and staff. The Central Student Council is not alone in their ability to talk about policymaking. The 7 faculties that I talked about before, each of them all have their own faculty student council. Each of these faculty student councils have meetings with their boards to have discussions with them as well on how we can better the university. So basically we have a bunch of student councils that are constantly in contact with other bodies to talk about change, to make our university more diverse, more sustainable, and overall a place where we as students can flourish. And I am not alone in my council work. I get help by someone who's currently sharing the slide. Rijk, can I give the word to you?
Yes, you can, Nina, and I'll continue the presentation from here. I hope everyone is still able to see my screen, but I'm unsure. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rijk van Beek, calling you live from Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and I want to start off by thanking our dear friends in Poznań for organizing this event, even in a digital manner. As Nina said, I am the student assessor of the University of Amsterdam, which means that I am not a part of the formal medezeggenschap, as we call it, the co-governing councils, such as the faculty student councils and the workers council, but I am independent. My position was created after the occupation of the main administrative building of the University of Amsterdam in 2015, called the Maagdijs occupation. Our university is notorious for that, especially the Faculty of Humanities. And the position was created to form a bridge between the executive board, the college van bestuur, and the student body, in particular the medezeggenschap councils, and also increase transparency. In practice, that means that I attend all meetings of the governing board of the university and I advise the governing board on all education and student affairs. In addition to having contact with medezeggenschap, I am also in touch with student associations, study associations, and other platforms within and outside of the university that have certain stakes or certain wishes for the university. Also, if you Google my name, you'll find my email address and you'll find my phone number. And that's also a way I try to be visible so that people know where to find me, to complain to me, tell me to raise issues to the board, to staff members, and assist them in their needs. What is very nice about my function is that I am a neutral bystander, and I am neither a member of the student councils, nor am I formally a member of the executive board of the university. Thus, I carry no responsibilities for choices made by either, which makes it easy for me to have a helicopter view over issues going on at the university, to advise in a matter as objectively as possible, of course, incorporating my own opinions, and assist both of these parties in making legislation that can improve our university. That's about all I wanted to say. Can I now give the word to one of my friends from AUC? I don't know which one exactly. I think Jules.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, all right.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and once again, thank you for having us, and my apologies for technical difficulties. So I'm Jules Leclarieux, and I'm here as chair of Amsterdam University College's Student Council to talk a little bit about my particular program and its relevant qualities towards our project for today. Amsterdam University College, or AUC, is a joint liberal arts and sciences program by both the University of Amsterdam and the Vrije Universiteit Amsterdam. Our program is split in 3 different majors, namely the sciences, social sciences, and humanities. And it allows for students to take the courses of their own choosing, which all contributes to a highly interdisciplinary education. And AUC works a lot to highlight the benefits of embracing a broad set of perspectives in tackling complex issues. And this also shines through in other areas than just a curriculum. So there are a couple of factors which make it so that AUC has a very high degree of student engagement. For example, our student association, even though we only have slightly below 1,000 students, has over 30 committees. Which all have a board of maybe 5 or 6 students and can host events of up to 40 people. Obviously not now, but such is life. So to kind of come back, the first of the factors which contribute to our high student engagement is the fact that we have our very small scale. Like I said, we are slightly under 1,000 students. Next to this, all students have to live on our campus. So that means that we're very familiar with each other and we're a very close-knit community. Teamwork is also highly encouraged in our program. Almost every course will have a group project, and we'll have a moment in which we reflect on the meaning of the certain course and topics which we are talking about towards broader society, to focus on the interdisciplinary aspect of each different specialization. And next to this, AUC also hosts a very large body of international students, around 50%, and has a strong commitment to exceed expectations in areas of diversity, equity, and inclusion. So this means that AUC students are exposed to people of many different backgrounds, but also very importantly, that all backgrounds have an equal opportunity to be heard. And this is in classes as well as in AUC's community and even in AUC's governance. As you heard, I'm part of the student council. We also have our own student council. And next to that, we have a really extensive amount of students who contribute to the way our curriculum is developed, to how the university should be providing support for people's health and well-being. And as we are also close-knit together, people really care about all these issues. And so I think that AUC in this regard has a lot to bring towards our shared goal in talking about student engagement in general. Thank you very much for your time, and I will now yield to one of my co-presentators to finish our presentation.
Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for having us. I'm Flora, and I'm going to talk about the student involvement of the University of Amsterdam in EPICUR, which for the first few months, I have to admit, was mostly limited to me. I was able to go to the launch event organized by the Commission with my friend Matthias from Freiburg University, also part of the EPICUR Alliance. And that was really the first kind of discovery of what European universities were and what EPICUR was. I didn't really have much of an idea. And I think it's something that has developed a lot more now, and more students are getting involved, and we can see this now with this great online conference with everyone here. But yes, at the Commission event we had in November 2019, we did notice the difference between all of the alliances and the difference between student involvement compared to our alliance. Some of them had many students who already knew what was happening, what was going on. And for EPICUR, that had a slightly slow start, but I think we've come a really long way since then. And that also comes with the fact that we are moving from more abstract policy ideas of how to build this amazing alliance. I mean, it's a huge project to start with, and involving so many thousands of students and also educators. So what we'd like to achieve at the UvA is obviously more student involvement for the future. And as I said, once we're moving to something more concrete, and I think it's going to make it much easier to get more students involved and to have more roles for students within this alliance. At UvA, it's going to be, I think, quite easy to get a lot of students involved, as you've heard from my fellow students. We do have lots of communities. The student involvement is very active, and more in the last few years. And I think EPICUR is a great thing to get students involved with, because you're learning to build something from scratch. Something as big as a European University Alliance is beneficial for any student. So thank you very much, and I'll pass on to the next university.
Thank you very much, Amsterdam. So now we will ask to take over the presentation, the University of Freiburg.
Hello, everyone. Please accept our welcome from the home of the infamous Netflix show, Biohackers. We thought it was pretty interesting that our university was selected as the shooting location for a Netflix show, so we thought we would make the entire presentation about biohackers. We're just kidding. Actually, all jokes aside, welcome to our presentation from the University of Freiburg's student perspective of the EPICUR project. My name is Nicole Ahn.
And I'm Matthias, and we're going to start by presenting some key facts about the University of Freiburg. You can see a beautiful picture in the background here. It's pretty old. I think it's the second oldest in the Alliance, founded in 1457, back then as a Catholic university like most were. It has actually produced 21 Nobel laureates that were affiliated with the university in one way or another, including the famous social scientists Friedrich Hayek and Max Weber. It has quite a large student population, with 25,000 students, making up a very large proportion of the city of Freiburg. These 25 students study at 11 faculties in 288 study programs. Another remarkable fact is that we have more than 4,000 international students, which gives us 18% ratio with international students, which is pretty much as well for a lot of German universities. The University of Freiburg also has a renowned university medical center that attracts a lot of students from the country and beyond, and has founded in 2012 a university college following the Dutch model of university colleges that does not only provide a liberal arts and sciences undergraduate study program, but also serves as an innovative teaching lab and is in that form also associated with EPICUR. We would also like to share with you some fun facts about our beautiful Black Forest city. And the first thing is a slight warning. Before you first come to Freiburg, you should better be aware that we have these small ditches called the Bächle running through all of the city. And you really need to be careful because the story has it that if you accidentally step into one of those, that means that you will have to marry someone who was born in Freiburg, so-called Bobbele. So better watch out before you first come to Freiburg. We also have the Freiburg, which is our way to go hot drinks. And actually, if you go up, you can bring to any Freiburg cafe, none at the time, and get your hot drink into this reusable plastic cup that you can also get for €1 deposit from all cafes. We also have the infamous Tanzbrunnen, or dancing fountain, where the university library in the background, people gather, again in non-COVID times, with music and dance in public and have a good time, which gives Freiburg a really happy, lively charm. This man might be the most famous man currently associated with Freiburg, namely the German national football coach Joachim Löw, who is regularly spotted in all sorts of Freiburg cafes. Finally, the University of Freiburg has been an Erasmus university long before the European Union launched its university student mobility scheme, namely since 1529, when the famous Erasmus of Rotterdam, who the Erasmus system is named after, became a professor at the University of Freiburg.
And not only is Freiburg full of fun facts, it is also full of student life and activities. When it comes to the university at large, the university provides the Studierendenwerk Freiburg, which is a student union that provides many services such as cheap subsidized meals for students at the Mensa or the student cafeteria, or the dormitory housing for students, or psychological services and financial support and counseling, as well as a lot of cultural events that students can join in order to socialize. There are also student organizations at the university, which connects the students with different cultures, heritages, and their personal interests. For example, the Koturk is an organization that connects students of Turkish heritages to connect with other international students as well as German students, and students who are interested in the green initiative or the environmental sustainability issues. Students can join organizations such as the Students Initiative Climate Protection Plus, or the academic orchestra gives students the opportunity to socialize through learning music and joining the students' concerts that they have prepared for each other. And when it comes to the student activities, specifically at our university college, Liberal Arts and Sciences, we have a lot of student committees that give an opportunity to extend our studies. For example, we often host student conferences, such as discussing our current developments of liberal arts education, or the Global Order Project, where the students can discuss the latest political issues that they're passionate about. We also have opportunities for creativity and relaxation, such as Arts Liberated, which gives the students an opportunity to expand their theatrical experiences as well as their artistic expression, or the Jack, which is a magazine that publishes the students' not only academic but personal and philosophical thoughts that they have developed while in liberal arts. And lastly, the Intense Committee organizes our annual camping trips, as you can see from the picture, and the regular dance parties that the students can blow off some steam from intense academic life from LAS. And with all of those activities, the students can now have the energy to be involved in EPICUR, And on a small scale, the students can, of course, be a part of the EPICUR Freiburg team, where they can brainstorm many ideas about what direction it should be. And on a medium scale, events such as the think tank gives the students an opportunity to brainstorm and discuss the general idea of which direction EPICUR should go into, which actually took place for us last week. And regular student task forces could be set up so that these general ideas can be more specified and concretized in order for more specific directions. And there could be also ad hoc student meetings that are organized by the EPICUR staff members that are interested in the student involvement in order to have some general directions also by the adults and staff members that are interested in the local involvement. Furthermore, when it comes to the large-scale student involvement, the students could disseminate the information and the news about what EPICUR program should be and when it starts. For example, when the semester starts, the students can spread the information to other university students, as well as some feedback opportunities and communication in ways to get in touch in case the students outside of the student involvement team have some ideas about what EPICUR should be. And we can also locate some idea boxes around the campus so that students can not only anonymously but also easily and efficiently communicate and contribute to the ideas of EPICUR.
We would also like to share with you and highlight a format of student involvement we've recently trialed at the University of Freiburg, which we thought was a very successful way of involving students actively at a very early stage of the EPICUR project, namely the EPICUR think tank. The way this worked was that we got people from the EPICUR team to act as clients who brought their actual problems and issues they're working on in the context of EPICUR to the table and brought it before a group of students that acted as experts. They were the think tank that was delving and considering the problems and that tried to tackle the problems and provide recommendations, guided by student board members as tutors so that the groups would have some support in reaching these goals. So in Freiburg, the way this looked like was that we had a physical event, which we thought was really valuable, which was corona-proof in small groups of actually in the end 3 students. We were planning with 5 initially, and sufficient distance. We gave students issues from work package 3 work, so relating to innovative teaching and learning, and in particular curriculum design and teacher competence, where they really delved into them and provided, according to our clients, very useful and practicable recommendations. We now had this for 2.5 days, which we thought worked well for what we were trying to do. However, we want to stress and emphasize that the duration and the audience are variable. So we can imagine anything from a 1-day local think tank about EPICUR issues with students from your own university up to 1 week or perhaps even 2-week event with students from all over or from some different partners within the Alliance. And with that, we would like to end our presentation, and we thank you for your attention and wish you a lovely break, I guess, in a second.
Thank you very much, Freiburg University. And now we will ask Professor Rafał Witkowski to give us some feedback. And Rafał, would you like to sum up the first part of our friends' presentations, please?
Yes, Caroline, thank you very much. First of all, I wish to thank you to all the speakers for the very encouraging and very informative presentations. I am convinced after listening to the 4 presentations already that our universities are different from one hand, but from the other hand, we all have to face similar problems and issues, and we can quite easily develop very fruitful forms of cooperation and basically to share among each others the good practices would be very fruitful for letting more students to be involved into the EPICUR Alliance. But after listening to the 4 presentations, I would like take the chance and to ask 2 small questions. First, to Rijk from the University van Amsterdam. If I understood correctly, you are now doing a job of somebody who can be also called ombudsman. You are the representative of students. And could I ask you to tell a few words more about your job? How often you have to present the students' issues to the various boards of the University in Amsterdam? How many students visit you a day or call you a day? How your work looks like? I'm asking you for this because the University Senate here in Poznań decided already that we'll also introduce an office of the Students' Ombudsman who will represent all students of the Poznań University in front of basically the university administration. Therefore, I'm very much interested how it looks like in Amsterdam. Could you please tell us a few words more about your life and your work? Like, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can.
So I'm not sure if Rijk was able to hear my question. And so maybe I will ask this question to Rijk in my email, but I would like to also ask our friends from Strasbourg, because you mentioned that the students discuss among themselves whether the classes should be given in face-to-face or in the virtual way. Of course, this is an issue for all EPICUR universities. But I would like to know, if it's possible, whether the majority of the students are in favor of face-to-face classes or in favor of the virtual classes. I'm asking for this because this is a very important issue for the students in Poznań, and of course the students are divided among themselves, but basically majority of them would like to have the classes in face-to-face form. I know how about Strasbourg and how about your opinion. Could you please share with us your opinion about that?
I can't talk for all students, but during COVID-19 lockdown, I had the feeling that most students did not like to only have online courses. So now we're really afraid that we'll have another lockdown and we'll have to go back to online courses. We really like to be in face-to-face.
We talked about this because we also think it's very individual if you like virtual classes or not. So we thought maybe we could do a survey within the university to know if the students are okay or most likely to make classes in real life, or how they feel about doing it in virtual, and then see afterwards how students feel in a global way.
Okay, thank you for the answer, and I hope that now we can have a short break. Caroline, am I correct?
Yes, we will have a break, although it is quite early for a break, but we'll ask everybody to join us for the break. It will last until 10:45. So at 10:50 we will have the presentation of Karlsruhe Institute for Technology, and we will meet again. So thank you very much, and until 10:45.
Thank you. See you again soon. Bye.
Cześć, jestem Marta.
Hi, and I'm Marcin.
Zapraszamy Was na błyskawiczną wycieczkę po Uniwersytecie imienia Adama Mickiewicza w Poznaniu, czołowej i największej uczelni Wielkopolski.
We are here to invite you today to take a quick look at Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznań and some of its key areas and buildings. We are the leading university in Western Poland, and we're happy to invite you to take a look.
UAM to ponad 40-tysięczna społeczność, 20 wydziałów i 4 filie zamiejscowe. To również bardzo dużo pięknych budynków, nowoczesnych lub zabytkowych. Dziś chcemy pokazać Wam te najpiękniejsze.
Our university has over 40,000 students, teaching staff, administrative and auxiliary employees in 20 faculties and 3 campuses in Poznań city alone and 4 other campuses, all within a 2-hour drive away from Poznań.
Naszą wycieczkę zaczynamy oczywiście od Kolegium Minus, serca uniwersytetu i siedziby władz rektorskich i administracyjnych. Obiekt został wybudowany już w 1909 roku na potrzeby Akademii Królewskiej i wchodził w skład dzielnicy cesarskiej Poznania. Dziś mieści rektorat i aulę UAM. To tutaj zapadają najważniejsze decyzje i to tutaj wręczane są najważniejsze nagrody.
We are beginning our little tour from Collegium Minus, the heart and headquarters of Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznań. Here you are most likely to meet the rector of AMU and key administrative officers. The building itself was built in 1909 as part of the Royal German Academy and part of the Imperial District of Poznań. Adjacent to the main building, you will see the AMU auditorium, which we will show you a little bit later.
Najpiękniejsza sala koncertowa Poznania. Znajdujemy się w auli UAM, która mieści niemalże 1000 gości i słynie ze wspaniałej akustyki. To tutaj odbywają się najpiękniejsze uroczystości absolutoryjne i koncerty. Między innymi ćwiczy tu i koncertuje Filharmonia Poznańska. To również tutaj co 5 lat aula UAM mieści i gości międzynarodowe konkursy skrzypcowe imienia Henryka Wieniawskiego. Te piękne, zabytkowe organy, które widzicie za nami, są używane tylko i wyłącznie do specjalnych okazji.
And here we are at the most beautiful concert hall in Poznań, the Adam Mickiewicz University main auditorium. It has 600 seats on the ground floor and 300 more seats on the balconies around us. The pipe organ you see in the middle is used only for special occasions and concerts. This hall's impeccable acoustics makes the AMU main auditorium the designated place for the Poznań Philharmonic Orchestra rehearsals and concerts, as well as for the longest-running Henryk Wieniawski International Violin Competition that happens every 5 years. In this hall, we are likely to see people attending the commencement and graduation ceremonies of Adam Mickiewicz University.
Piękna aula Lubrańskiego, zwana również Małą Aulą. Jeszcze kilka lat temu była miejscem obrad najważniejszego organu uniwersyteckiego, czyli Senatu. Dziś głównie odbywają się tu ważne konferencje i wykłady. Za nami, na centralnej ścianie auli, wisi kopia obrazu Jana Matejki, założenie Akademii Lubrańskiego.
The beautiful Jan Lubrański Hall is the smaller of the two auditoria, adjacent to the main one, and it used to serve as the Adam Mickiewicz University Senate Hall. Today, it is one of the most famous university reception rooms and award rooms. On the wall behind us in the middle, you can see a copy of the picture painted by Jan Matejko and showing you the foundation of the Bishop Jan Lubrański Academy from 1519. That was when our university was first conceived.
W 2011 roku oddano do użytku specjalne pomieszczenie, w którym właśnie się znajdujemy. To sala Senatu UAM. To właśnie tutaj co miesiąc spotyka się najważniejsze uniwersyteckie gremium reprezentujące całą społeczność akademicką.
Right now we are at the new Senate Hall of Adam Mickiewicz University. This hall was opened back in 2011 and it serves as the meeting point for university rectors, deans, professors and other faculty members and administrative staff to discuss the most important issues concerning our daily lives.
Znajdujemy się w naszej pięknej bibliotece uniwersyteckiej. Ten późnorenesansowy budynek wybudowano już w 1902 roku. Jej niepowtarzalny klimat i charakter sprawiają, że studenci chętnie spędzają tutaj swój czas. Zwłaszcza w czytelni na piętrze, która odrobinę przypomina nam swoją scenerią sceny z filmów z Harry'ego Pottera.
We are currently at the Adam Mickiewicz University main library building, constructed in 1902 in the late Renaissance style. It stores millions of books, offers thousands of electronic databases, and some of the very unique and historical collections of documents. The reading room on the second floor is an amazing Harry Potter-like chamber that is totally worth a visit, if only for a photo.
W 2016 roku w naszej bibliotece powstało miejsce niezwykłe. Właśnie w nim jesteśmy. To pracownia komiksu. Nasza biblioteka posiada największy spośród wszystkich polskich bibliotek zbiór książek, czasopism i materiałów poświęconych tematyce komiksowej. Dziś to aż ponad 18 000 woluminów komiksów z Polski i całego świata.
Right now, we are at another grand reading room of our AMU library, the comic book reading room and collection that has over 18,000 copies of comic books published both in Poland and abroad. This reading room was created back in 2016 and is one of the most popular places among students to visit while they're reading in the main library building.
Uniwersytet im. Adama Mickiewicza w Poznaniu zalicza się do grona najbardziej usportowionych uczelni w Polsce. Posiadamy piękne i nowoczesne obiekty sportowe oraz fantastyczną kadrę trenerską. Najczęściej zajęcia odbywają się właśnie tutaj, gdzie jesteśmy, w hali sportowej przy ulicy Zagajnikowej. To nie tylko piękne boisko sportowe, ale również sala do aerobiku czy siłownia. A po sąsiedzku fantastyczna pływalnia. Nasi studenci mogą wybierać spośród aż prawie 30 dyscyplin sportowych, m.in. judo, futsalu czy szermierki.
Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznań strongly supports student sporting activities and events. We have a good network of modern and well-equipped facilities, professional training staff, and many sporting disciplines to choose from. Our sports center here at Morasko Campus East includes a full-size soccer field with a racing track, many tennis and beach volleyball courts, as well as indoor gyms, basketball courts, bio-recovery rooms, and a swimming pool. Our students and faculty can practice various disciplines of sports in 30 different sporting sections, including futsal, judo, combat sports, or any other sporting events that you choose.
Dziękujemy Wam za wspólną wirtualną wycieczkę. Mamy nadzieję, że już niedługo na żywo spotkamy się i w naszych budynkach, i na naszych kampusach.
We would like to thank you very much for taking the time to have this virtual tour with us around Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznań. We hope to see you soon here on campus. Take care.
Bye.
Okay, hello everybody. Can we join in and have the tour of the virtual walk among the alleys of the next presentations? Now we would like to welcome Karlsruhe. After that, we will go to Wien and to Thessaloniki, and we will end up with AMU University. So let's have a few minutes more and wait for the Karlsruhe friends and welcome their presentation.
Okay, can you see my presentation?
Not yet.
Okay, wait a minute. How about now?
Yes, it is on. Great. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Hi, I'm Fabian from KIT. I will be presenting our university. So let's just get started. First, some facts and figures about the KIT. As some of you may know, we are a quite young university given our history. So the Karlsruhe Institute for Technology, which we have now, was just merged in 2009 from two pre-existing institutions. First, the University of Karlsruhe, the technical higher school, the Technische Hochschule, which roots extend to 1825. And usually if you hear about the Karlsruhe University and its history, you hear about this part. But there's also the Karlsruhe Research Center, which was founded to do nuclear research and which is still an important part of our research landscape. It was founded in 1956 and was also merged in the KIT in 2009. Now some general stats. I think this one is quite interesting actually because you can see we can see we're quite a big university with up to 22,000 students, and you can also see that students are the biggest part of this university. So especially when we talk about student involvement in EPICUR, you see why it's that important, because we are the majority here. We also have, and are quite proud of our foreign guests and scientists, which make up to over 1,000 of currently involved people at KIT. And now how the students are, or which fields of study are present at KIT. And well, you can see that we are quite engineering university. Engineering sciences means everything from machine development over computer science. Then we have mathematics and natural science, like physics, as second biggest part. Then economics and social sciences, and then there are some lower or smaller areas such as sports, arts, and other studies. So we have a clearly a technical focus. I mean, it's in our name, right? So yeah. So much about this. Now to the, I think, more important part of this presentation, the manifestations of student life. We decided to focus on the official manifestations, so the structures and organizations that are in place at KIT in which students can, or are involved and can participate in order to, well, create things to well, work with the university. First, we have our constituted student body, or in German, the verfasste Studierendenschaft, which is a legally consolidated student representation. So as we have seen, for example, in the Amsterdam presentation, we also have some rights by law. Some notes about our history. In 1977, the state in which Karlsruhe, Leys, Baden-Württemberg abolished the constituted student body, which reacted in, well, here just states the independent student body, which was then founded, the so-called U model. However, it firstly resulted in, I don't want to call it uprisings, but yeah, some lecture halls were occupied as well. And this whole situation finally led our state parliament in 2012 to decide to re-establish the constituted student body, which consists of a parliament, the student parliament, which is the legislative part, the General Student Committee, AStA, short for Allgemeiner Studierendenausschuss, which is the executive part, and then there are student councils for each faculty, which basically are smaller executive organs. And then there's the so-called Ältestenrat, the Council of Elders, which is elected by the student parliament and which is the judiciary, basically, so which decides on issues regarding elections and procedures and so on. This is a pretty old but still accurate graphical representation how this student body works. So you have, sadly, we didn't have the time to translate it in English. I'm sorry, but I will just do it live. Basically, we have all students at the bottom, which then take part firstly in a general election to vote for the student parliament and to vote for their faculty councils within their own faculty. Those faculty councils build the faculty council conference, which together with the student parliament works with the central committee, which is elected by the student parliament. I mean, this is, I think, a basic structure of constitutional systems. So I won't waste too much time on that. If you have any questions regarding this, you can just ask me later on. Now to the General Student Committee, where I'm from and why I'm in EPICUR. This is the executive committee of the constituted student body and represents the students vis-a-vis the university, politics, and society. So whenever our opinion is asked, or whenever we want to, well, clarify our opinion and communicate it, that's our job. As I mentioned, in 1977, the AStA was replaced by the U model, which is basically the independent student committee. Now we're back in place and are pretty happy to be this because it's much easier now to work with the university. This student committee is structured into several departments, which each have specific tasks and responsibilities. Each department has a speaker, and most departments, especially the important ones, have a supporter with an advisory voice, which is not able to vote in student committee decisions, but which helps. Those 10 speakers are directly elected by the parliament for 1 year, and those supporters are then appointed by the speakers, but they have to be approved by our parliament. Yeah, exactly, that was what I said. Those different areas and responsibility range from social matters to cultural matters. This is here mentioned with our Unifest, which is a giant party at the whole campus. This is also done by us. Exterior matters, foreign matters. So this is where EPICUR comes in, and basically everything that matters to student life has some mapping on such a department inside the General Student Committee. Now to the student parliament. As I said, that's the legislative committee for the constituent student body. Basically, all important decisions are made here. So as a student committee, we're quite limited to what the parliament tells us to do, but I think that's not a bad thing. The student committee is elected by the stupa, and as most parliaments, their most important job is to handle our budget and to tell us where we are allowed to put money in. Okay, now to the Council of Elders. I think that's not that interesting right now. As I said, they are the judiciary of the constituted student body and consist of members of the former student self-administration. So they can be former members of the student parliament, of the general student committee, of the faculty councils, as long as they have some experience inside the student self-administration. Okay, now to the, for EPICUR, most relevant parts, I would say. We have so-called Arbeitskreise, working groups, which consist of students from the student parliament and other interested students, and they work on long-term tasks. We have currently many of them active. I won't read them all for you, but basically they do things like provide bicycle care on campus, or do food sharing, or organize cultural events, and so on. And this is one thing where we could, I will talk later on about this, where we could include EPICUR, because I think there are many students which are already interested in campus politics that are interested in European politics, and this is something we should have or keep an eye on. In addition to those working groups, there are so-called Hochschulgruppen. We translate this with student groups, which are groups of honorary or voluntarily working students. We have currently over 100 of those self-managed student groups registered at our student committee. Those student groups have very various objectives. They can be, but are not limited to, political and religious projects or objectives. They can just be for fun. They can just be for learning new languages. They can be for interacting with companies and supporting entrepreneurship. They can try to bring science and students together. So basically, every idea up to 3 students have is enough to do such a student group. And you have the broad spectrum basically from small groups, which are more like a small circle of friends doing things, and highly structured and organized groups which are really professional and are really realizing big projects. And I think that is something, again, we should keep an eye on at EPICUR, because especially when we finally are able again to do local events, we should absolutely include those student groups, because again, there are already European or in European politics interested student groups, and I can very well imagine an EPICUR student group as well. But again, let's keep this for later, or I think basically now, because this leads me to this final topic, the EPICUR implementation here at KIT and future steps. The current situation is, due to COVID-19 and the early state, I would say, of EPICUR, that the awareness of the students for the EPICUR project is quite low, because there are just a handful of students inside the self-managed student corpus, which is working at EPICUR or is engaged in EPICUR and is working with the EPICUR staff. Of course, we disseminate selected important information about events to all students, but we see ourselves currently just at setting the foundation for future student involvement. And how can this be enhanced? Of course, as it was mentioned before, we have to increase the overall visibility. And obviously, when everything EPICUR has to offer curriculum-wise is finally in place, the awareness will rise, because then you will be able to book specific courses, workshops and seminars. You can get tandem partners, pen friendships, and all this that is interesting for students which are not just interested in doing things voluntarily, but also doing things for this for their studies. But we imagine and envision a broad student involvement also at local level. As I said, I could very well imagine a EPICUR student group at KIT with interested students that are maybe that's goes in the direction of the Freiburg think tank, but basically a group of students which are here and interact with staff, with us as members of the student board, and which are closely tied to the already existing Erasmus structures. And of course, we are looking forward for events locally and throughout the entire alliance, which will hopefully take place, well, very soon is maybe a little bit too optimistic, but as soon as possible, since we can't wait to connect on a face-to-face basis. Okay, that was it from me. Thanks for your attention, and I'll give it to the next presenter.
Thank you, Fabian, very much. Now we will go to Wien. Hello, Wien, are you with us? Johannes, are you online with us? Okay, probably we have some problems there. Let's go to the next one, maybe. Aristotle University of Thessaloniki. Are Thessaloniki with us?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, hello. Hello, Alexandra.
Yes, 1 minute. Share content. Okay, not from here, from the beginning. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it clearly, thank you.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Alexandra and I'm the student representative from Aristotle University of Thessaloniki. And today I will present you my university. So, throughout the presentation, I will talk about the university, the student life, and the student involvement on the EPICUR program. So, let's get to know the University of Aristotle University. Okay, the university was established in the 1925, and it joined the Erasmus program on the very first year of the program on the 1987. The main campus is located in the heart of the town of Thessaloniki, but I will also talk about it later. As you can see, not as you can see. Normally, you would thought like probably the logo of the Aristotle University would be Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, but apparently is Saint Demetrios, the patron of the city of Thessaloniki. Last but not least, the rector of the university is Mr. Papaioannikos. So, the vision of the university is to become an excellent public university with international outreach, as well as to build an alumni community of global influence. On the other hand, the mission is to provide high-quality education accessible to everyone in an environmentally friendly university. Secondly, to produce internationally acknowledged research results. and to contribute to Greece's economic and social growth. But let's talk about something more interesting, and let's see some numbers about the university. The university has approximately 88,000 students, which most of them are undergraduate students. But you can see that there are also a lot of postgraduate PhD and also foreign students that come to the university in taking part in exchanging programs like Erasmus, Mundus, and other international programs. The academic staff is approximately 1,000 people, and the teaching and research staff about 600 people. Continue with some statistics. My university was in the World University Rankings of 2021, was placed in the 600 to 800th position. But one most interesting, in my opinion, fact was that it was placed in the position of 102,200 for good health and well-being of 2019. As you can see in the map, it is located there in Thessaloniki, which would make it a very great place. And because the position is one of the largest universities in Greece and also in the Balkan region. About the facilities now, my university has 11 schools, which consist of 24 departments. It has approximately 300 laboratories, study rooms, libraries, and one university hospital, which is located in the university campus, and also 4 affiliated hospitals, which are located throughout the city. As I said before, the central campus is located in the center of Thessaloniki, and it covers approximately 3,000 square meters. But apart from this, there is also a second campus, which is located in the outskirts of the city in the region of Thermi, and mostly host the physical education department, and it is approximately 200,000 square meters. If you visit maps.out.gr, you can discover all the university and where the faculties are approximately. In the first picture on the left, as you watch your screen, you can see the main campus with all the schools and faculties, and the other one is the other picture. You can see the second campus, which is more far. So here you can take a quick glance of the schools and the departments. I'm not going to talk about all the departments. I'm studying in the architecture department in the School of Engineering. So I hope you watch it. Continue with the international students. I'm happy to say that my university has the largest number of incoming and outgoing Erasmus students of all the Greek universities. It has collaboration with over 170 agreements with universities around the world. And about the numbers, like you can see that we have approximately more than 600 incoming students. But in my opinion, the outgoing students are much more, and it's great to see so many Greek students to go abroad to studies or to have a placement. Apart from the Erasmus students and the students that come with exchange programs, my university offers programs in foreign languages because, as you can understand, most of the courses taking place are in the Greek language, but also you can find programs in English, which are all this below, in French and German. And for the people coming to study with exchange programs, the university also offers Greek language courses throughout the year. Apart from now, I will talk later for joint schools, but apart from Erasmus students and all the people coming with programs here, there are also other types like joint schools, summer schools, people coming with internships to the university, and students and staff mobility. Now, as I found out during this presentation, I learned that my university has also interinstitutional programs. Some of them are in the is archaeological material science, European comparative social law, criminal law and addictions, and organic farming. So let's go now to a more fun part, let's say the student life. My university has more than 30 student organizations, and I think they're in all the schools and departments, at least one. Here are some of the most, let's say, active organizations in the campus. So the action keys that the student life is mostly focused is the environment, science, music, sport, and social impact. Some of the activities that are taking place regarding the key is in the environment, some cleanups and wall paintings, some seminars that are taking place with ELSA, the law organizations, and it's about environmental law, and also the environmental team of the university. About the science, there are some groups, Akubsat, IGEM Thessaloniki, Aristotle, that are doing some science thing that not informed, but I don't really know about them. But I think that Aristotle is about making an electronic fast car, something like this. And also there are many more teams that are doing things around science. About the culture now, there is the buddy system that it's practiced from ESN. That is about bringing local students and foreign students together. And another very interesting event that's taking place is the Universities Fair, which is organized by the Department of European Educational Programs. And it's a fair that Erasmus students and students that have go abroad to universities, to other universities, present the university from abroad. So more people will know about it and choose a program to go and study there. And one more fun, it's the International Dinner, which is also organized by ESN. And it's about to get to know other cultures and other foods from other countries. Next one is the music. And about music, there is the tour of the music studies department, the music team of ESN, which is with Erasmus students and volunteers of the organization, and art nights in Awuth. And now about sport. As I mentioned before, there is the Department of Sport Education. So, of course, we have sport facilities, and one is really located in the center of not the center, but in the campus, and which is a gym that is open to all the students of the university with only 20 euros for all the year. You can join all the facilities. And the gym organizes student tournament in every kind of sport, not in every, but I mean the most famous, like volleyball, football, basketball. And there all the faculties are taking part, for example, architecture, law, and they compete one each other. And also the Erasmus students have their own team, and they are taking part to the tournaments. Yeah, as I said, there is a gym and swimming installations to the campus. To finish with the social impact, there is the Social Erasmus program of ESN that the Erasmus of ESN are really doing many important actions. For example, visiting hospitals, elderly houses, and refugees camps. Also, there is many people from the university that volunteer at local refugee hotspots, and there is visits that are organized to the Association of Friends of Disabled People. Okay, here are some photos of the event. Yeah, from a cleanup, from music nights, from the marathon that happened last year. Fortunately, this year couldn't take place. Okay. A very important student innovation, in my opinion, is the Student Week. It takes place on May. This year, as I said, it couldn't happen. And it's 1 week focused on the students. It's organized by our university, and all the organizations and teams are taking place and have the ability to show people what they have throughout the year. Also, you have the opportunity to enjoy concerts, theatrical performances by the theater department, and painting, photography exhibition by the fine arts department. And apart from the organizations and the teams, sorry, I didn't mention it before, also the universities and the faculties are presenting what they've done throughout the year. Okay, so finishing with the student life, here you can see some international distinctions that our students and team have managed to succeed throughout the years. On the left are some of the things that we took the first place and then second place, and the departments. For example, the School of Architecture took the first place in the International Architecture Triennale in the Acton 2018. The School of Electrical and Computer Engineering at the Formula SEA in Italy, and the English Language and Literature in the second writing contest of the Silk Road Universities Network. So let's see now about the student involvement in the realization of the EPICUR and what's next to happen. So let's see how my university could implement on the EPICUR missions. In the first mission, increase the visibility of Alliance. This can be done throughout the social media, throughout seminars, and throughout presentations during classes. For example, to go inside the class and talk about EPICUR. About multilingualism and intercultural, this can be done throughout the buddy system. That is one tool that is already used in the university, and it's working very good. Throughout tandem classes to get to know other languages, and also the other people coming to Greece to get to know better the Greek language, and through multilingual. And last but not least, about participation. Sorry, I didn't see the words. This can be done with feedback, workshops, and with events talking about the EPICUR mission. Okay, thank you all for your attention, and I wish you have a great day ahead. That was all.
Thank you very much, Alexandra. Now we will try joining back to Boku. Is Johannes with us?
Yes, this time it works.
Okay, great. Welcome.
I can share the screen for the presentation, then you can manage to change the slides down. Is it okay?
Yes, please manage it by yourself. We're looking forward.
You can. So now we have. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry for the mistake before. I had been in the wrong Teams meeting, and so I heard you, but you didn't hear me. Okay, I have the honor to represent my university. I'm Johannes Schützenhofer, the head of the local student union at BOKU. BOKU is short for the University of Natural Resources and Life Science Vienna, or also called in German Bodenkultur, Universität für Bodenkultur Wien. The general thing is like the same presentation, just some facts and figures, the manifestation of student life and our student union, and our visions and implementation to form of student involvement for the EPICUR project. In the beginning, as our university's name is, we are located in Vienna in Austria, which is the main capital in Austria. BOKU is a quite small university. We just have 11,000 students, and we accept the other universities, like the 4 universities in the town. We are a tiny bit in the suburbs, but it's a quite nice, quite hilly and woody area, so we have a lot of parks and it's quite nice. Actually, the university was built 150 years ago, so next year we have our big ceremonial event for 150 years of BOKU University. And yeah, we have, as I already mentioned, we have 11,000 students and 7 bachelor programs, which are all in German, and 27 master programs. 12 of them are international and joint degree. The university is on 3 main campuses. We have in Vienna 2 main campuses, and a second one, as the third one, the additional is in Lower Austria. It's in the countryside. There are a lot of field work is done in field research for like the oenology and viniculture and also agriculture sciences. The main bachelor degrees, the main study field and offered studies are agriculture sciences, forestry science, civil engineering and water management, food science and biotechnology, environmental and bioresources management, and also landscape architecture. BOKU has quite a lot of international networks. So I counted 20 of them. And some of them also have their own master's degree offered, which are like international joint degree masters. We got 12 of them, also already mentioned. And yeah, so what's important is for the BOKU is that we are not a comprehensive university. We are quite specialized. Our main focus at BOKU is the sustainability and environmental sciences and also the life sciences. So we have in our subjects, we have like a 3-pillar system where we have a technical know-how, a social science know-how, and also economics know-how, where every bachelor degree and every master degree or every degree offered at BOKU has like the 3 compartments of which every degree consists. And so, but with these 3 pillars, we try to manage and focus at BOKU for sustainability and environmental part of the subjects in this. Yeah. The next one is, as you see, is the student union, the ÖH-BOKU, which is German for Austrian Hochschülerinnenschaft, Austrian students. And yeah, same as in Amsterdam and in Germany, we are legally elected student representation body. We got every 2-year election, where there's a student council elected, which consists from 11 students at EPICUR. And from there, in this council, there's the executive is voted, which I'm the head of. And yeah, so basically we got a lot of rights given by the law. So we have the contribution to the curricular development, but every other big decision which is taken at the university, and when the university wants to implement a new event or a new strategy, we also are allowed to comment on this and also work with it. So basically the Haboku is not just 11 people. We are around 250 active volunteers, students like every other normal student. And our main task and our main focus in the Student Union is the consultation in legal and social questions, but also if you have certain questions for what subject should I take, I got problems with a professor, how could this work out? So basically a lot of consulting. We are also offering seminars, classes, and trainings. These are from speaking seminars, but also soft skill seminars, to more focused classes for like how to use some special programs and EDVs and other techniques, but also like construction building or safety trainings and classes. Not to forget about the social events. Usually if there's not Corona around, we have quite a lot of social events, since we have 7 study field representation groups and 15 departments in the Student Union. The usual events we have, as you see some picture of colleagues of mine talking and meeting together, and also competitioning. So basically we have in the beginning of the semester a week where we welcome the students which are now in the first year, and show them around and have basically a buddy system for new students. And then the study field representation groups have their own small events for just their study groups, but also we have bigger events like discussion groups, discussion forums on sustainable development goals, but also like competitions with, you see in the lower right picture, for the landscape architecture, where they can actually compete with each other and try to work together. But also on the upper left picture, you see a small working group which is brainstorming about a topic, how a university can be more sustainable and work more on the sustainable and the carbon footprint reduction. Yeah. And yeah, we also have like an international office. My colleague is just in the YouTube feed and listening. He is actually the representation person for the international office, where we have our different international study organizations together. For example, our Erasmus group, but also for the European Life Science Student Association, where people are basically is a very similar network to EPICUR, but just for life science universities, and also other international groups like International Association of Agriculture Students, but also International Association of Forestry Students. Yeah. Okay, and to the main question, the vision of local student involvement in EPICUR at BOKU. First, let me begin with how we are already involved with our project manager, Osi. we have the local EPICUR team meetings, where on the one hand, there's like a presentation of the different persons of which are they currently working on in the working groups, but also a discussion on what we want, what is good for BOKU and for the students of BOKU, but also how we can implement EPICUR more on a level of BOKU. For the study representation group at BOKU for the Students' Union, we have with the international relations a team which is working on my side a bit, but also we are looking for new students who wants to contribute in the organizational work for EPICUR. Since we have some similar networks, which are quite similar to EPICUR, we already know some events or some possibilities which are working, how to connect students, how to get students to be involved with EPICUR. A big thing is for students actually easy way for an easy possibility for participation on international meetings and events of EPICUR. With online events, it's quite easy, but with physical events, you have to plan it into your student life. You have to plan it in your own studies and to manage it somehow, also financially. But if it's generally possible for every student to participate in it, and you don't have to have like a certain grade or a certain regulation to enter in it, this would be really important. The second one is since Corona and some other issues, EPICUR isn't that present in the everybody's students' mind at BOKU, because there haven't been quite a lot of events there. So a big thing would be like offering networking events on local level. So for on hand, so that people get to know what is EPICUR about, what is the meaning and the reason, what is the mission of EPICUR. Also a presentation of the project on the local level. So basically to start to reconnect people together. So also that this local BOKU group is possible to connect to the bigger EPICUR students group. Yeah, the vision is a personal one. Since the one of the visions is that there's a bachelor degree implemented, which does take some time, at least at BOKU it will take some time. But till then, a possibility how we can connect students together and how we can implement student participation and involvement would be like a scientific student conference where students hand in papers for a certain topic. Just an example would be social sciences and sustainability, how to connect them, where the student can present the papers, and also the papers will get voted and reviewed and presentation. Yeah, these are actually my main thoughts, how we can implement a better vision for local student involvement. And this is also the end of my super short presentation. I say thank you for your attention, and if you have any question, please just ask me now.
Okay, thank you very much, Johannes. Any questions for Johannes? Or maybe we will have questions later on during the discussion and summing up. So now we will hand over to our ladies from AMU.
Okay, hello, can you see our presentation?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, thank you so much. Anita, you can start.
Yes, of course. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. So, good morning, everybody, and I would like to apologize for my little delay because earlier I had one important meeting. So let me introduce myself. My name is Anita Czekaj, and I am the member of our Students' Council, and also I am the student of Faculty of Polish and Classical Philology. So. So let's begin, and we will start from the facts about our university. So, Basia, can you skip the... Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, as you can see, this is the mainest building in our university, and this building is located in the center of Poznań. So. The university was, in the 1990s, there was the first elections in Adam Mickiewicz University, and the first rector was Professor Helwiador Święcicki. And as a result, there was the newly founded Piast University, which was supported by the universities from Warsaw, Lviv, Vilnius, and Krakow. And then between World War I and World War II, Piast University was renamed to University of Poznań. Then university included 5 faculties: medicine, law, economics, natural studies, mathematics, agriculture, and forestry. And during World War II, the University of Poznań was closed by Germans, and in the 50s, the university was renamed to Adam Mickiewicz University. And I know that this name is a little bit hard to pronounce, and I will briefly explain who Adam Mickiewicz was. Adam Mickiewicz was a famous Polish poet during Polish Romanticism, and he is the mainest figure of that period. Adam Mickiewicz's masterpiece is compared with European poets as Goethe or Byron, and he's known from his national epic poem Pan Tadeusz, which starts with sentence Litwo, ojczyzno moja, ty jesteś jak zdrowie. And you can translate it into O Lithuania, my country, thou art like good health. And also he's known from his poetic drama Dziady. And his work focuses on issues like love, freedom, youth, and the most important, uprisings against the 3 imperial powers that had patroned the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth out of existence. The next one, please. Right now we have numbers and figures about our university. Let me focus on 2. And I can tell you that we have a lot of student clubs, but what's important, most of the students clubs have my faculty of Polish and Classical Philology. Also, our university has a couple of campuses, not only in Poznań, but in 4 cities like Słubice, Piła, Kalisz, and Gniezno. And the campus in Słubice is next to Polish-German border. Please, the next one. On these photos, you can see campuses which are in Poznań, and we have 3 of them in Morasko, in the northern part of Poznań. Also, we have Ogrody, and we have Centrum. Yeah, this campus is in the center of the city. Next one, please. Students' Union and its initiatives. So In our university, we have Students' Council, and we, of course, focus on students' rights and duties, but also we organize a lot of fantastic initiatives. And in this photo, you can see our Students' Union in the party at the party in Słubice. And in Słubice, apart from partnering, we were learning how university and student council works. Next one, please. Yes, and as I told you, you can see which initiatives we take on. And so, can you, Basia, next one, please? Yes, and the most important part is our students' events. So I will start from Juvenalia. Juvenalia, this is an annual higher education students' holiday in Poland, usually celebrated in May before the summer exams, sometimes also at the beginning of June. And what's going on with Juvenalia? Well, Juvenalia start with a triumphant parade of colorfully dressed students, and the participants march from a college campus to the city's main square, where in a simple gesture, the mayor of a city hands keys to the city's gates to the students. And the 3 days are free from lectures and filled with concert, parties, sport events, etc., etc. Alternative event is Kindernalia, and the main target of that event are families, especially children, and a group of volunteers, which includes students, prepare many attractions which should connect science with fun. And the most important event is Wielkie Grillowanie, and this is an event before Juvenalia. The whole society meets on Campus Morasko, and they take their own grill and they can grill their own food. And at the time, they can listen to such a good music, it's such a good food, etc., etc. So the next one, please. So I would like to give the floor to Adastra members. So thank you very much for your attention.
Yes, hi everyone. Adastra is an association of disabled students in an University of Adam Mickiewicz in Poznań, created and actively led by students of our university in cooperation with some university workers. And the association supports our students with disabilities during whole education path. We try to make it as more accessible as it is possible. We have expanded offer of courses created for disabled students, like, for example, English lessons for deaf or blind students, PE classes, extra swimming classes for students with disabilities, and we also organize a lot of courses dedicated for our members, where we can become new knowledge and new possibilities. What is more, we have also a special sports team dedicated to people with disabilities at our university. And I can say that every year we achieve a lot of successes in sports dedicated to people with disabilities. And now my friend will tell you a little bit more. So the next one, please. And Jagoda, I'm giving you a floor.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jagoda. I'm an active member of Adastra Association and a former secretary of that organization. To be continued, what I'd like you to say is that the main goal of Adastra Association is, on the one hand, to integrate students of our university but also to increase social awareness of different kinds of disabilities. That is why each year we organize so many different activities, including sport events like kayaking trips, cycling excursions, and sailing camps. All of these initiatives are fully accessible for our students with disabilities, and this is a great opportunity to integrate all students of our university. What is more, we set professional meetings, workshops, and lectures about dealing with and understanding disabilities and how to help people with different kinds of disabilities. These courses are provided not only for our students, but also for exchange students which come to Poznań, and also for academic teachers. We believe that the university is an open space for everyone. Thank you, and let's move to Basia now.
Thank you very much, Jagoda. Welcome, everybody. My name is Basia Geithler, and I have a pleasure to be the president of ESN UAM Poznań this year. And today I'd like to tell you more about Erasmus Student Network and the way our local section works at Adam Mickiewicz University. But before I begin, I'd like to tell you more what actually ESN is. Erasmus Student Network is one of the biggest student organizations in Europe, and our main goal is to support international students and promote mobility within international exchange programs, such as, for example, Erasmus+. ESN divides into international, nationals, and finally local levels. When it comes to ESN Poland, we are divided into 29 local sections that can be found in different cities in Poland, such as Poznań, Warsaw, Krakow, or Gdańsk. But the most interesting thing is that in Poznań, we've got 4 local sections, but our ESN UAM Poznań is the biggest one. We've got over 60 active members in our sections, and we are simply taking care of our Erasmus and other exchange students, and we are trying to make them feel in Poznań just like at home. We are working actively at Adam Mickiewicz University since 2004, and our main goal is to organize different cultural events for our international students. To do so, we are having 14 different groups, and each of the group is coordinated by a coordinator. It's a student from our university. I will not cover all the groups, but if I were to mention the most interesting ones, it would be, for example, PR group, finance group, and ESN card, body program, or maybe culture and local education officer. When it comes to our projects and our initiatives, there's a lot to talk about, but I decided to simply choose the most attractive and popular ones. So our main program is body program. You may know it if you have already made your Erasmus exchange. So body program works like that you're getting our Polish student, and it's simply a friend and a help for you, for our international students. Being a buddy means spending time with international student, helping him or her with some university stuff, with showing the city around, and helping with accommodation. And it's a great possibility not only to have a new friend, but also to simply practice language skills, because we've got different students from different countries, for example, from Spain, from Turkey, from Germany. So it's a great opportunity for our students as well. Then we've got ESN card. This is a very interesting project because right now it's an international project, because this is a membership card for all Erasmus students and ESN members. And interestingly, this is a project that was founded in Poland, in Gdańsk. Right now, it's a very popular membership card with different international discounts, such as discount on Ryanair or Flixbus, and national discounts on many restaurants, pubs, and other cultural places. Another interesting event or a group that we have in ESN is social inclusion, together with Erasmus Date Auction. Social inclusion is a group that simply works with people. We are organizing such events as helping the homeless, or making a presents for people from poor families, helping the children. And we've also created Erasmus Date Auction. This is an auction when you can simply donate money, and we are raising money for some organizations that are helping kids in Poznań to simply explore their possibilities. We've got also a group ESN News. This is something really outstanding because we are the only section in Poland that has it. And ESN News is a kind of a blog that you can follow on our webpage. And we are simply writing their text about different topics. And then we are translating them into English or into Polish. Every semester we are organizing orientation week for our exchange student. This is an event. This is a week full of different events to get to know Poznań and Polish culture. For our members, we are organizing a trip to Ciążeń. This is a place owned by our university, and we are organizing every semester a weekend full of integration and different courses in there. Unfortunately, during outbreak of COVID-19, we had to move last semester to the internet. But we are also very active. We've established, for example, online language exchange. It was an online language tandem with almost 200 participants. So there's a lot to do in ESN. And actually, if you are interested in joining ESN, in almost every bigger European city, there is a local section. And we are recruiting usually once a semester. So you can always join in. But also we have other different student organizations, so it's not only about ESN at Astra or Students' Union, and we also have different academic circles. So actually, if you are a student of Adam Mickiewicz University, there's a lot of possibilities to simply discover yourself and explore more. And well, students have different possibilities to simply join different academic circles or organizations and see where they actually belong. And last but not least, a little bit about EPICUR itself and its mission and upcoming events. Well, so our main goal is to become a European university together with all our partner universities without any boundaries. And we are always open for the discussion and new ideas. Unfortunately, we weren't able to meet together today and tomorrow, but we are really hoping when the situation is better that we will meet again together soon. It may be in May, hopefully, fingers crossed. And we are really hoping to see you in person very, very soon. And that would be it. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed our presentation and thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies. Now we will go smoothly to summary of all presentations and discussions on the results, and we will ask Professor Rafał Witkowski and our experts to take over.
Yes, thank you very much. I have the impression that there are very many ideas which were repeated by all speakers. And there are some new ideas also. I made 3 pages notes during the entire time we spent together today. But before we will start to make some sort of summary, I would like to ask our 3 professors to give their presentations about the possible education activities which we here in Poznań can offer. Maybe we can start with a short presentation on the multilingualism, which can be given by Professor Magdalena Wrember, who is the real expert in multilingualism. She herself is a professor of English. She is a member of very many distinguished academic organizations, and I'm sure that she will be able to introduce you to the concept of multilingualism, which is present in our academic activity. Magdalena?
Yes, hello, thank you.
Hello.
Can you hear me all right? Is it okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, okay. Thank you ever so much. Thank you, Professor Witkowski. Thank you, Rafał, for this kind introduction and a very warm welcome to everybody. It's been a great pleasure to be invited to take part in this student conference, and I must say I've listened with great interest your presentations illustrating great diversity, I would say, in our alliance, but also, as Rafa was saying, many unifying themes. So I hope we'll come back to that in the discussion afterwards. But now I would like to take this opportunity that was granted to me and very briefly present our new course, a course related to, as Professor Witkowski was saying, to multilingualism that we designed specifically at Adam Mickiewicz University, specifically for EPICUR. And we would like to run it in cooperation with University of Freiburg as of next semester. So let me now share the screen with you, and I hope you'll be able to see my presentation. Okay. All right. I hope you can see my presentation. Is that all right?
Yes, we can see.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Let me start very briefly. The title of our course that we're proposing is Multilingual Map of Europe: Identity and Diversity. And just to spark of your interest, a possible way of mapping the linguistic diversity of Europe is by looking at Ethnologue, which I strongly recommend to anybody interested, which is a wonderful database of the languages of the world. What I'm presenting is a screenshot of what Europe looks like in terms of language diversity, and in particular how we do in terms of which languages have a good status, healthy status, and which ones are dying. So you can see for Western Europe we are not that much to worry about, but if we look at Europe in general, well, there might be some worries. Some languages already dying or are in trouble. But that's not the point, the only point of today's presentation. So have you ever been wondering if multilingualism is the norm, or if there are more bilingual, multilingual people in the world? What does it actually mean to be bilingual or multilingual? Are there any benefits of being multilingual? How is language related to identity?
Professor Brembo, just small thing. You
Yes?
are not sharing the screen, you are sharing the file, so we cannot see the slides.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Oh, yeah, now.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so you've missed this already.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If this is okay, because I went into a presentation mode and I thought, okay, so if this is all right with you, I'm ever so sorry. Okay. So if you've been asking yourself these questions, might be this course is exactly for you, for our students from the EPICUR Alliance. So we're talking about the context of the present day Europe, which is increasingly multilingual, with so many people using more than one of their native language or languages for different contexts and for different purposes, be it education, work, or travel. So what we want to aim at is to design a special map of multilingual Europe, and we would like the course participants, students, to co-design it. I will explain in a minute how we see it. So the focus would be on linguistic diversity and multilingual, multicultural identity, which I hope will be of interest to all of our participants. And what we hope to gain is a deeper understanding of multilingualism from different perspectives, including individual, historical, linguistic, or cognitive perspectives. Another attempt at mapping languages of the world, I do encourage you to go to Ethnologue, the database I've been mentioning, and this is an interactive map, and all the dots represent various languages. All the 7,000 languages that we know of the living languages right now. But this is just to spark of your interest. On to the details of the course. So the course will be always designed as part of Work Package 3, the study track European Identities. As I mentioned, it will be run in cooperation with Freiburg University. We're planning to operate it for the spring semester of next year, 2021. For the moment, as an online course, but hopefully in the future as a blended course as well. The prerequisites, anybody interested in multilingualism and languages of Europe, It's open to students mostly from undergraduate students. We see it second and third year BA. It will be run in the spring semester, as I mentioned, 2021 for 15 weeks. And in our system, it corresponds to 30 contact hours and transfer to 4 ECTS points. So specific goals, again, focus on the language as part of European identity and culture. We would like to promote general knowledge that concerns linguistic diversity, not only in Europe, but mostly in Europe, but also beyond. We'd like to increase your general awareness concerning bilingualism, multilingualism. We'd like to share our ideas about language policies. You've already been presenting different ideas related to that. For instance, University of Amsterdam mentioned that they actually are considered a bilingual university right now. We'd like to make state-of-the-art research findings accessible to our course participants. Maybe you've already heard some of the research findings that are particularly relevant. For instance, that being bilingual and multilingual delays the onset of Alzheimer's disease by 5 years, and this has been corroborated by several research groups. This is an interesting findings. Would like to dispel some myths related to bilingualism. For instance, that raising children bilingually or multilingually may delay the development, which is not true. Okay, in general, we'd like everybody to help everybody make informed decision about the foreign language learning and use. So as to the course content, we're planning to have some interactive modules specially designed, and I'll just mention some of them that we would like to include in the course. One would be a historical perspective, as I mentioned, so an overview of the linguistic history of Europe. Then we'll be talking about Indo-European migrations, different language families in Europe, the phenomenon of language change, and linguistic diversity. We'll focus on different types of bilingualism, multilingualism. This is not it's a very complex phenomenon as such, and we have really very many different routes of acquisition, which results in different types of multilingualism. We'll definitely talk about cross-linguistic influence, that is, how language systems influence one another. We wish to focus on language and the brain. Is the brain different, or does it function differently in multilinguals or not? We'll talk about emotions in multilinguals, how we express emotions when being multilinguals. This is again an illustration of one of these aspects I've been talking about linguistic diversity, with an illustration of linguistic diversity index. So the darker the parts of the world that you can see, the more diverse linguistically they are. So what comes to the fore is definitely Africa and Southeastern Asia, as you can see, or the Pacific Islands. Europe is less diverse in linguistically, but definitely very interesting in itself as well. Okay, so how do we want to, apart from this theoretical component, how do we want to go about the practical part, the mapping of the linguistic landscape of Europe? So in the practical part, we would like to focus on varieties of English, including British, Irish, Scottish, American, as well as English as the lingua franca. We'd like to focus on some minority languages. And for instance, at our Faculty of English, we have specialists, experts in Welsh and Irish. We'd like to talk about some regional languages, for instance, illustrated by means of Dutch. We have a big Dutch philology at our faculty, which you might be surprised to learn. So all in all, the students, the participants, will collaborate on the project on creating of such a multilingual map of Europe, which will contain descriptions of selected languages, but will be uploaded on a platform. And in the future courses, this map will develop, will grow, all depending on the participants' linguistic backgrounds, what they bring with themselves, but also their interests, what they would like to explore. So this is potentially such a map of European languages. As you can see here mostly it focuses on languages. You can see parts which are marked as bilingual, and many of the universities that have been presenting actually had this multi or bilingual status, as you can see from the map, but we will create our own. So the techniques that we're planning to use will incorporate collaborative tasks for each of the models. We envisage international mixed group cooperations on mini projects that the students will perform. So they'll come up with virtual portfolios, with quizzes, videos. Some examples of simple tasks that we can see in collaboration, but this is just an example, is you might be asked, for instance, to provide names for the color, let's say blue in your language, and illustrate them with the most typical visual of this color. It may seem obvious, but it will turn out that cross-culturally, cross-linguistically, is not as simple as that, even color coding. And the final presentation, final project presentation, will include the presentation of the multilingual map of Europe, at least part of it, that we will manage to co-create with the participants. The tools, the planned tools, Moodle platform, MS Teams that we're using at the moment, Zoom, and a dedicated course website. So in the exploration, we hope to be able to show that the phenomenon of multilingualism is more of a scale, it's scalar, rather than binary distinction, whether we are mono or bilingual. It's not that, it's much more complex than that. We hope to show how different the bilingualist mind and brain is. We hope to show how languages interact in the mind of bilingual people, and that these interactions are really dynamic. And we hope to share with you also more insights into the emotions, how emotions are felt differently in the respective languages of a multilingual. Maybe you already know that and are aware of that. And definitely it has got implications, serious implications for everyday life, many of the decisions we take. So this is why we believe it's so important to raise awareness in all these aspects. And this is just a brief illustration, again, to raise your interest about neurolinguistic aspects of bi or multilingualism. This is an illustration from research by a neurolinguist, a colleague of ours, Monika Połczyńska, working now at UCLA, but coming from our university, our faculty. Have a look how languages, depending on which, this is the brain of a bilingual person first speaking the first language in a native language, Spanish, and you can see which areas in both of the hemispheres are activated, and then using the second language, English in this case. What we can see is definitely much more activity in different brain areas, whereas some of the areas remain the same, but there is definitely much more activity in the second language. And it has many repercussions, right, about which we'll be talking. Well, framing multilingualism in the COVID-19 situation, interestingly enough, I would like to direct you to Ethnologue, to the database available online. And in there, you can find, this is just a small screenshot from the database, but you can learn how to say, wash your hands in very many different languages. Not maybe all the 7,000, but very many anyway. Okay, I would like just to finish with brief mention of another project and another course that we will be offering at Adam Mickiewicz University, a related project, but this one will be the following year. This is part of a project team, Erasmus Plus grant that we receive and coordinate. And we work with a consortium from 9 universities, including actually the University of Saloniki. So I would like to emphasize that this cooperation is wider. So this time, this will be a special course designed for teacher education about bilingualism, hence its acronym TEAM, but this is yet to come. And I would like to conclude with a motto, a citation from Greg Roberts, that actually monolingualism is the illiteracy of the 21st century. And I do hope that we all realize we do not want to be illiterate right now. So just finally, on a finishing note, I would like to encourage you to visit our website. This is the website of the Faculty of English, and draw your attention to our other activity as the third mission. We are one of the branches of Bilingualism Matters network, international network, and we're very active in collaboration with schools, with teachers, educational institutions, individuals who want to learn more about bilingualism and multilingualism. And this is my multilingual thank you. Dziękuję. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you, Professor Wembel, for this exciting introduction to the course. And because multilingualism is one of the key problems and key issues for the entire EPICUR family, and because this is also the very important issue for our generation, I'm absolutely sure that the course will be a great success, and the voice of the Poznań professors will be heard within the EPICUR family. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And,
thanks so much.
As I mentioned to you, Poznań is the only university of the EPICUR family located in the Slavonic country. Therefore, I would like to ask right now Professor Rafał Dymczyk to present the idea of the course related to our ethnic and cultural background, something on the Slavic languages and Slavic culture. Rafał, the floor is yours.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Rafał Dymczyk and I'm a professor on the Faculty of Polish and Classical Philology of Adam Mickiewicz University. And it's a great pleasure for me to have a presentation about an offer of Slavic courses on our university. Let me share my screen with you. Just a moment. Are you able to see the presentation now?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Thanks a lot. Our offer of Slavic courses on Adam Mickiewicz University is connected as a result of the mapping exercise about the language programs offered across the EPICUR partnership. Shows us that the multilingualism is an issue of great interest to young people. One of the outcomes in work package 2 of the EPICUR project is to develop a mobility strategy for European language programs, especially in the field of small languages. And by doing so, improve the viability of these language programs. As a first step, EPICUR universities will start the pilot courses from the 3 language study programs. In the area of modern Greek, in the field of Nordic studies, and in the field of Slavic studies. And we are very great that AMU is in all of that program. All that courses on Adam Mickiewicz University will be online and will be opened up for students from the other EPICUR universities. As Rector Witkowski mentioned before, Adam Mickiewicz University participates in these 3 projects, but I want to focus just on one of these courses, Slavic courses. We have many Slavic languages taught at partner universities of EPICUR like Macedonian, Ukrainian, Bosnian, Russian, Serbian, Croatian, Bulgarian, Czech, and 3 of that were chosen as pilot courses. It will be Macedonian, and Adam Mickiewicz University is in it. Ukrainian also is on our university, and Bosnian, the University of Freiburg will be the university that will be responsible for that courses. The first 3 of the language, as I told you, has been selected for these pilot courses. We believe that Adam Mickiewicz University should be seen as the gate to the Slavic world. We are the only Slavic university in our consortium, and our university has a lot of partners in Balkan countries. We cooperate with all major centers from all Balkan countries. You should learn Slavic languages on many universities, but only on Adam Mickiewicz University. Your knowledge will be enriched also in the field of culture, literature, cinematography, monuments, tourist attraction, culinary, and getting to know the inhabitants of Slavic countries. We teach our students a lot of practical information, for example, topics that are discussed by the people from the Balkan countries. If students are interested in Balkan region and the problem of cross-cultural communication, they could join not only the classes of practical, for example, Macedonian language, but also practical courses prepared especially for them. By combining of vocabulary, reading, speaking, and writing skills, they will acquire during the practical classes. Students will learn about it, how language plays an important role in cross-cultural communication. Students will also gain their cross-cultural understanding and skills. They will be able to gain better understanding of the cultural, social, and political relations between North Macedonia and its neighboring Balkan countries like Serbia, Bulgaria, Greece, Albania, and Kosovo. Their relations are sometimes hard, but that is precisely why their origins need to be learned about their origins. At the end of the semester, our students will be able to identify main possible cross-cultural issues and misunderstandings in communication in the Balkans region. Students also will be able to describe how historical events and memory determine everyday life and architecture of the Balkan cities. They will gain knowledge about the model of contemporary cultural hybridity, something that the Balkan region is famous for, and be able to use practical information about places and people of Balkan region. They will know the most popular culinary dishes. They will know that their colleagues from these regions are interested in, what worries them in politics, and what are their everyday problems. Now I'm going to introduce you to the courses that we are offering for EPICUR students. These are the classes that have been conducted at our university for many years and are appreciated by our students. Proposal of courses I can divide into two main groups, detailed and more general. More detailed, the first one is, let's say, country-specific. And for example, the course North Macedonia in the Balkan context show the place of Macedonia in the so-called Balkan mosaics. The other course, Introduction to Macedonian Folklore, introduces us the fairy tale world of beliefs of the inhabitants of the Southern Balkans. The course Anthropology of Everyday Life in Macedonia, on that course you will learn about how the people of this country live. The second group is so-called more general. It's relating to the knowledge of issues relating to the entire region. And we have the courses like Cultural and Literary Tradition of Balkans, the Canon of Balkan Literature, Selected Problems, and Practical Model, Communication in the Cross-Cultural Tourism. This course prepares students for future jobs in the tourism industry in the Balkans Peninsula. Students may select all of the proposed courses, or they may choose only the selected ones. Each course is a separate subject, so their selections depends on the willingness of the students. Education model for academic year 2021 include online courses, regular classes, of course when it is possible, practical tours, summer schools, short study programs at our partner universities in Balkan countries. We hope that next summer we'll be able to organize a summer school in the most beautiful place on the Balkan Peninsula, the Macedonian Ohrid. I must confess that Ohrid is a favorite place of our Slavic students, so I hope students from other EPICUR university will get a chance to visit this beautiful place and try to put the skills acquired during the classes. So thank you for attention, and see you at our courses. Thank you very much.
Yes, Rafał, thank you very much for the presentation of the of our education activities and offer regarding to the Slavic languages. As you may know, we would like not only introduce you to the linguistic and literary aspects of the Slavic languages, but also to the everyday life and culture. And to conclude, I would like to ask to present a short presentation about the other types of course. Professor Jakub Rybka is a renowned expert in biology, and he is also quite famous because of his recent research on the COVID-19 vaccine. But he graduated from the university in Boku and came back to Poznań with the doctorate degree from Vienna. Therefore, he is also a personal link between two of the EPICUR universities. Jakub, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I will share my screen with you. This will be screen 1. So can you see the presentation now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to say happy birthday, Rafał, because this is the day you were born some years ago. I don't know, it's like 85 or something like this. I don't know.
Not that much. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So if you can see the screen, thank you. Yeah, I will talk a little bit about the applied biotechnology, which is made in my laboratory at the Center of Advanced Technology, where I am the vice director of the center in concern of the biotechnology. So the center itself is located in the campus of Moravsko. As you heard before, this is the campus located in the north of Poznań. As you can see here, this is the tram station, so we are quite near to the tram station. And the center itself is focused on the multidisciplinary science. It's combined nanotechnology, chemistry, and biotechnology. And my group is working on the field of biotechnology, but we are using also a lot of nanotechnology in our research. So first of all, I would like to show you the first approach of our research. This is the multi-watt carbon nanotubes. As you are maybe aware of it, it was a huge thing to discover it, and it was said everywhere that this is the wonder material, and we wanted to use it as a scaffold for the cellular culture. So first of all, we have synthesized it and characterized it, and as you can see here, we are able to produce the carbon nanotubes as we want, and then we are taking some cells from the cartilage specimens of the rabbits, and finally we are able to grow the cells on the nanotubes, as you can see here on the right. The nanotubes can be bound to the cells itself, and they're really the 3D structure for the cell. And finally, basic on this, we wanted to implement the 3D bioprinting. So usually, if you think about the 3D printers, you can just create something out of plastic in order to make some plastic structures. In terms of bioprinting, we can also use cells in order to print the materials, living materials. And my group is specialized in bioprinting, so we are using the carbon nanotubes scaffolds for stimulated chondrogenic differentiation of mesenchymal stem cells. This is the Vice Prime Minister of Poland, and we were awarded with a special grant for this purpose. And so we are aiming to create the meniscus implant. As you are maybe aware, meniscus is a structure located in your knee, and it's just for you to absorb the shock and enables you to walk. And if you have some meniscus problem and it's in a red or red-white zone, it will for sure heal. If the meniscus is damaged in the white zone, there are some problems with the healing, and usually they are just removed from the knee, resulting in osteoarthritis after the several years. So in our approach, we are thinking always about using some, let's say, leftovers. So for this case, we are using the fat from the liposuction, and the cells or the fat is then transported to our lab. After this, we are making some magic tricks, some science, and after this, we can really print the meniscus, which you can see on the screen on the right side. And this meniscus is already with the cells. So basically, if in the future maybe we will be able to make such a thing that you are injury your meniscus, you are going to the for the liposuction, then we are taking your fat, and after some weeks we can implement your meniscus, which will be made out of your fat. And now about some immunodiagnostic of COVID. This is something new in our lab because we wanted to not to sit at our home because we were in the lockdown. So basically, just a small thing about the virus itself, the well-known virus now. There are two things that we can use in a diagnostic manner. This is the spike protein, this is the spike of the virus, and also the nucleocapsid protein, which is located inside the virus. And we are using the ELISA. ELISA, it's an enzyme-linked immunosorbent assay. This is the well-known biotechnology or molecular biology method. And how it looks like. I mean, the first thing that what we started with was in April, and this was the contact with Mount Sinai University and Boku. From the Mount Sinai University, we have a contact with Florian Kramer, which is a well-known virologist from Austria, and Reingard Grabherr from Boku. Then we started the inter-faculty research group, which is here on the photo. This contains of my research group and also the group of Professor Sobczak from Faculty of Biology. Then we tested the test, made the optimization, and finally we have screened over 100 volunteers from our university. Now we have some research partners with which we are talking about the further implementation of the tests in the society. And finally, just a small thing or the huge thing, of course, I'm not doing it alone. The big letters are the people that are working in my lab, and we are working together on several projects. And the small letters are the people that are helping us with the research that is done in the Center of Advanced Technology. If you have any questions, this is my email, also my phone to my desk. Please contact me. Thank you.
Yes, Jakub, thank you for the presentation. As we all could hear right now, Poznań is not only the place where the renowned expert in linguistics work, but also the experts in other fields as well. And certainly we will try to prepare the courses for the EPICUR students on the other subjects like the life sciences and experimental sciences as well. Because we are slightly running out of time, I will try to share with you two thoughts which came to my mind when I was listening to all presentations. And it could be some sort of the very, very short summary of today's event. I had the impression that every speaker, almost every speaker, every student who presented his or her own university mentioned the fact that within the EPICUR family we should pay lots of attention to dissemination of information about the EPICUR and to increase the visibility of our consortium, of our alliance internally within the university and also externally in our regions and also in our countries. Of course, this is a huge problem, and this is a very important task. Lots of things has been already done. Thanks to our colleagues from Strasbourg who are working on this issue very hard in the last month. But certainly, it is still lots of things that we can do, either on the level of partner university or on the level of our alliance. And of course, we should include students in this kind of activity, and we will be able to become more visible and better known only if we all will cooperate and will join the forces. One of the ways in which we can achieve what we want to achieve is maybe the fact that we could convince the director of the very famous film series Biohackers to continue the second series of this movie from Freiburg to another EPICUR universities. I can ensure all our friends in Freiburg that Biohackers were well received in Polish media. A lot of people have watched the stories and of course like a lot the entire plot. So maybe you can simply use this rather not traditional ways of advertising, like the film story of Biohackers. But maybe you can simply try. That's of course one of the options. Before this rather unusual and extraordinary way to promote, to disseminate the knowledge about the EPICUR among the students and among the local populations, of course, there are very many traditional forms. And when I was making notes, listening to all the speakers, it came to my mind that simply what we should do right now is to create a database of all students' organizations active at our partner universities in order to facilitate networking among the students themselves. Because I'm absolutely sure that a various group of students, those who are interested in some social, religious, or cultural issues, they exist at all 8 EPICUR universities. And then I'm absolutely sure that they can be more efficient in their activity if they will combine forces. Sometimes the students need a little bit of help. Sometimes the students need a little bit of money. And I'm absolutely sure that both of this can be provided by the EPICUR. And we can help them to get in contact by creating this database or list or register of students, organizations, unions, clubs. And also, I'm absolutely sure that on the level of the partner university, this kind of activity can be somehow financially secured. And for the students who are usually very, very active, this may be something what is the bottom line, the starting point for their own activities. Then, of course, for the next steps, when the COVID-19 will be already the history, not the presence of our life, we should organize lots of meetings to organize a number of the students' festivals for those who are interested in sports or the culture events and so forth. This all can be also, in my opinion, quite easily done. Those are the two basic, fundamental, principal ideas which were born in my mind when I was listening to you. But maybe somebody of you would like to comment to the old presentations as well. I open the floor to the short discussion right now. If there are no other comments and remarks, Let me first of all to thank to all people from the Poznań team who helped me to organize this meeting, to Caroline and to Dominique and very many others who helped me to arrange it. I also like to express my gratitude to 3 distinguished professors of the Poznań University. But first of all, I would like to thank you to all students from 8 EPICUR universities for preparing the presentations, for sharing with us your ideas and your thoughts. And I'm absolutely sure that we will continue with the debates. This meeting certainly will not finish the debates, but it's just one of the numerous events dedicated to the students. I'm absolutely sure that when the health conditions will permit us, we would like to organize a meeting face-to-face, in person, in physical way here in Poznań, and to realize what we intended initially to do and what we had to cancel because of the COVID-19 crisis. Once again, thank you all for your participation, for your time, energy, and commitment. And to conclude, it was for me a very important meeting from my personal, for my personal reasons, because today is my birthday, and I could spend a big part of the day with you. So once again, thank you very much, and I hope we will see in Poznań sometime in the near future again. Goodbye.
Just sorry to interrupt. First of all, happy birthday, Rafal, also from everyone here in Strasbourg.
Merci beaucoup.
Could
Merci
just everyone that is in here quickly just turn on their cameras, so then we could take a photo maybe for communication purposes. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
It's okay? Did you do it or?
Caroline, did you take the picture? Jak zrobić zdjęcie? Tego, co jest na... Just a second, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yes, we did it. So once again, thank you very much for your time and for your involvement. We wish you all the best and hope to see you as soon as possible in Poznań in person. Bye-bye.